Real talk, real people.
You sure y'all ready for this?
We talk about stuff that y'all whisper about.
Tune in, turn it up, sit back and vibe. Like, subscribe, haha, that's right, they live. Wait a Gam Minute, they gon' blow your mind. And when the show over, you can press rewind.
Wait a Gam Minute, wave your hands with it.
Tune into another episode of Wait A Gam Minute podcast. I am Gam, and of course I got my sidekick and my co-host,
Mz Gogetta.
Mz Gogetta. You know what I thought about?
What?
You told me don't call you sidekick anymore, so what
Right.
am I gonna call you?
Let's see. Call me Queen Mz Gogetta.
The devil is a lie.
Oh.
No, I'm definitely not doing that one.
Oh, just my co-host.
Okay, scratch that. You're now tuned into another episode of Wait A Gam Minute podcast. I am Gam, and of course I got my co-host,
Mz Gogetta.
Yeah, and I don't like that. But anyway, with that being said, Mz Gogetta, we have a special guest tonight. We're gonna let him introduce himself in his own way. Sir, how are you?
I'm doing great. How's it going?
It's going good.
Okay. I go by Darrick Eure, Mr. Eure, Darrick, whatever's clever. For real.
Hold on, not Mr. Ewer.
Right.
I think we're older than him.
I mean, I'm just telling you, there's a selective people out there that call me Mr. Eure.
Oh, okay, but that won't be happening up
Okay,
here.
all right.
But either way. So, Mr. Ewer, please introduce yourself to our viewers and listeners of Wait A Gam Minute.
Yeah, Darrick Eure, born and raised in Suffolk, Virginia, my hometown. Jericho would probably be the neighborhood that I probably claim the most, but I've lived in a few places in Suffolk, so all over.
Okay. So I know you grew up in Jericho, you rep Jericho, whatever, and that's cool, but who is Darrick, Mr. Ewer, beyond that?
Beyond that, Mr. Eure is a recovering knucklehead, a guy who started off on a really
you,
rough
God.
path and then decided that actually prayed for his strength and realized that he was an entrepreneur, legitimate entrepreneur.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you married, got kids? I mean, because it's like we pulling teeth in here, Miss Go Get It. What you think?
Right, because I'm sitting here like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, really? Okay. Yeah, I'm married. Been married for almost 4 years.
Okay.
Have children. I have 6 biological children.
Mm-hmm.
4 through marriage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all need a van.
Van.
And
We should have a bus. Well, we don't use it.
Right.
Some people are grown.
But y'all should have, like, they need one of them shipyard vans, Miss Go Get It. What you think?
Oh yeah, 15 passenger.
Really?
Yeah.
Gonna co-sign that?
Oh, I was just, trying to let her know the name of it. That's all.
So, Darrick, tell us, okay, so I know you are a recovering knucklehead, and, you've been on the streets for a long time, and now you taking what you've learned on the other side, and now God has allowed you to see another side of life, right?
Right.
So how has that challenge been for you?
For the most part, it's been a blessing for real. Of course, nothing comes easy. So, you meet your patches just like anything else. But I prayed for it, When I was gone, I spent the first probably, I spent the first year or two just doing what people do when they're gone, playing sports, gambling, playing cards, stuff like that, right? And then one day I turned like 23 or something. And I was like, man, I got to figure this can't be it. Because the way I'm going, I'm going to do the same thing when I get out. So I started just asking the higher source to just help me identify who I was. Forget like what I wanted to do and just like find who I was. What did I stand on? What did I believe in? Just those things first.
Right.
And then once I got that part figured out, I started to understand that I love doing business. I asked for that insight. What is it that I love to do? I love doing business.
Okay.
And that journey started from that point on.
Okay. Yeah. Gotcha. Okay, so that's cool. You, Mr. Ewer, we get all that. You've been past your road to redemption now because you've been out how long now?
13 years.
Oh yeah, that's over for you. Yeah, you're definitely on the right path. Yeah. So, okay, since we got all that out of the way about you, right? I want to know because you're giving us our male perspective today, right?
Yep.
So I want to know from you, like, why is it that it to me it feels like it's a double standard when it comes to you guys?
What you mean double standard?
Meaning like you guys can do what they want to do, right?
Right.
But girls can't. But I feel like we can, and we probably could do it better.
Right. I mean, you guys actually do it better because you don't get caught a lot. So, you actually do it better. But I just think that women are is the highest living thing that the Creator made was a woman, right? That's my understanding, right? And so even though it's not fair when you look at, man versus woman, the woman is held so high and so delicate that when she does the same thing that a man does, the measuring stick is different. So one measuring stick is reading inches, the other one is reading centimeters. So for every inch or for every centimeter that I travel, you've traveled inches. So, you see what I'm saying? So, I threw the ball 20 yards. For you, it's 80 yards. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that's really what it is. Like most guys, whether they, tell the truth on it or not, they love women to death.
Hold on. I get what you're saying, but look at Miss Gogetta face because she's sitting there looking like Darrick is full of shit.
I'm just telling you, man. I'm just telling you. That's what it is, man. And if you want my perspective, that's what it is. I'm telling you. I'm around like, I'm just telling you.
Just telling. Oh, Miss Gogetta, what you guys say about that, Miss Gogetta?
I'm just sitting here listening, Darrick. It's like he's being so smooth, right?
This me, man.
But it's like he's trying to feed you what he think you might want to hear.
No.
You know what? You know what, co-host? You're exactly right.
Nah.
You're
You
right.
can call me Miss Go-Getter, though. You
No.
don't have to say co-host.
So let me put a disclaimer out
Lord.
there. I'm never going to just tell you what. I'm going to tell you what I can stand on and how I actually feel. I'm never going to tell you what you just want to hear. I'm just telling you, women. You can find a guy right now that says, I don't need no chick or whatever. All these rappers that talked about, I don't wife them and all, they got wives for real.
Yeah, that's
I'm just
true.
telling
They
you. So
have girlfriends or wives.
the reason men act that way, they've been hurting or scorned or something, and they can't take that type of hurt. They can dish it, but they can't take it, right?
Why is that?
Because it's a long story. So my perspective again. You women come from men, right? This is factual. So, how a woman look at her child, like the daddy, the father, he, chastised the child a lot different than the mom do, right? Because the mother carried the child and they feel, a connection, that cord that links the mother and the child together, right? Well, men have that cord with women. Women come from us. So, that cord is a different string between. That's why you see a guy with a lady and then she be like, oh, I don't know what the word he's seeing that. It's a woman. Like you can't even understand it from woman to woman.
Yeah.
You know what?
I've done that a lot.
Because it's a
Like, what in the
connection.
world?
It's
odd.
that's his child. That's his product. She came from him. So you're never gonna understand that. The same way we don't understand why he got to go to.
So when you're saying she came for him, you mean like that's her person?
No, that is like chromosome from a chronic point of view. Like chromosomes, like men have a YX and women only have.
So you saying his wife came from him?
I'm just saying all
Or his
women came
child?
from men. All women. Like
Right. So who are you talking about right now? Coming from who? The child or the wife/girlfriend?
so I gave a scenario where a woman has a child. Just in general, right? And the father's there. The connection that woman have with the child is a little different than what the father has. I love all my children, but I can't make that gap of connection where that cord runs from the mom to the child. It's something that I can't personally connect to.
So basically, it's something that you don't possess.
I don't possess it because the woman actually carried that child, and there's a cord that linked from her to that child that explains a lot of things that we don't even understand what's going on, right? There's a connection. Well, that same parable connection is what a man has to a woman. The same way that child comes from that woman, all women come from men.
Right. So I think you was initially talking about like in a relationship.
Right.
As far as when you said Just like sometimes how we see a couple and you're like,
Right.
they don't look like they belong together.
Right.
So are you saying that woman came from him because or did you jump to the child?
No, so what I'm saying is when you see two people in a relationship, well, you just hear about a guy messing with somebody, you be like, how in the world? What in the world? Like, what he's seeing? Because he was messing with her. She's a doctor. This lady works at, such and such, right? But what happens is the same. I was using a parable or an allegory of the same connection that the woman has with her biological child, a man has with a woman. So sometimes you won't understand it's a connection because all women are my product. When I say that, not degrading, but all women come from me.
From you?
Right.
All of them?
All of them.
So what about the other men out there who come from them?
I mean, when I speak for me, I speak for all. So when we say God is like monotheistic, it's only one, right? So when I say come from me, I represent all men.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Got you, Mr. Eure.
Oh, because you know what I was thinking, when you were saying it, I was thinking that, how like, it's taking the same context when you say like, oh my God, like why in the world he with her?
Right.
And we look at it like, okay, it's nothing physical. It's because, he's a man, she's a woman, and then they do what they do. So that's the perspective I was looking at it like, oh, okay, they don't really care what you look like. So that's what I thought you were saying.
They'll talk to anybody. Is what
Well,
you
no, that's not really. I mean, because what I'm saying is she may not look pleasing to you, or she might not be shape pleasing to you, but there's something there that another woman can't understand. But a man, you got to understand. Like when I'm just speaking for myself, when I go outside and I see a lady who has just let herself go, turned to drugs, not bathing properly, doing whatever, I know now, I didn't know when I was young, but I know now that that's a product of me still. So all these people that, I give them love. I still, give them love. I mean, I'm not afraid to hug them. I might go and sanitize myself, but I'm not afraid to hug. I give them love because that's my product.
Okay. Now, on the flip side of that, why do some men talk to anybody? Is it because that's their product and they won't talk to anybody?
Well, see, most men can't tell you this because you got to have knowledge of self for this. So guys can't tell you
they
why.
have like no type.
Some guys just.
So that means they just have a whole bunch of anybody's coming from them.
Let's go get you so bad. Some guys can't tell you why because they don't have knowledge of. I mean, I'm able to tell you this, but had you asked me this 13 years ago or 20 years ago, I definitely wouldn't have been able to tell you why. I just like.
Okay, so answer the question then. Why?
Why do I think? I can't really speak for what they, because I don't know where their knowledge is, right? But if you ask me what I think about it, I think that some guys just be wrecking, man. They just whatever opportunity cross them, they take the opportunity when it comes to a female.
Right.
Right. I just think it's.
I believe that.
Yeah, they got a scorecard. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think.
Well, at least you're being honest. At least you're being honest because I do think that I think the same thing. I don't know if it's a scorecard, but it's just whatever. Because some people don't even look at it as a challenge. They be like, okay, well, I'm gonna get her.
I mean,
another one bites the dust.
Women are unique, man. I'm hard. Women are unique. You can almost find something attractive in every female.
Really?
I can. Yeah.
Okay, give me an example.
I mean, before I was in this place, back in the day when I was just like really outside working, like,
right.
I mean, it was something small. Like sometimes, like, man, I would ride and I had this lady I could talk to, and she was older than me, obviously, but I mean, the conversation was like when I left there, I felt like I'm gonna get my life together.
Oh.
And then
so
somebody, then my phone will ring. Then my phone will ring, and then I'll do whatever I was doing. But when I was talking to her and I leave, I felt like I wanted to get my life together. So that was that perspective. I mean, she didn't look like much, but she was,
She had a good conversation.
She was a great conversation. I mean, I trusted her.
So she served that perspective that you needed at that time.
For that moment.
For that moment. For that moment.
And it's different stuff. I mean, sometimes it's just straight sex. Sometimes it's like, shot crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just, like, for real. How you get to that point?
Right.
It's just like, you might have heard it, but like, what? Like, yeah, it's like shot crazy.
Oh, so if somebody's saying, "Oh, her shot is crazy," then you like, "Oh, well, I want to see if I can shoot."
Right. I mean, I'm sure y'all probably heard this, but there's a playbook that's never been written, and they have all these different. Some of the stuff is probably not true, but they have all these different things about women that, like, if this like, they have this thing, and I tell my wife this is funny. If her like second toe is a little bit longer than her big toe, she's supposed to be like a missile.
So no wonder it's never.
I'm just telling you, it's foolish. It's foolish stuff like that.
So that's like an unwritten rule for
A
guys.
thin mustache, like it's a little.
Like it's almost like the same as women be like, oh, if they have big feet, then that's not true.
That's a rumor.
Yeah,
That's a rumor.
right.
Nah,
So
but,
it might be in the same book. That's
yeah,
already.
but it's all these written books.
All these little theories.
thin mustaches. There's a whole. It's like 50 of them. I got a whole playbook of them in my brain from that. But there's a lot of them. So you see that and you be like, oh yeah, she got a shot. Like, let me.
No matter what she look like.
Ah, man.
Right, I don't care what she look like. She get that long second toe.
A bunch of kids, like, she got a shot.
And that shot is dead, baby.
But I'm just saying, like, that's the perspective of these. We have all these playbooks in our brain that comes from the street. A lot of them, don't have no knowledge behind it. But I'm just telling you how guys get there.
Right. Understood. So now, what are your thoughts about being with someone who may not be in the same tax bracket as you, especially like when you're in different, playing field now in life and with things in the way they are? Do you feel like she's not your equal because she don't make the same amount that you make? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, well, I'm a lover, and I'm a giver. So, like, I think if I lost so much when I left here that I don't think that there is, for right now, for me, like, somebody that sincerely has my back is more like, I can take a person that's working at McDonald's right now. And if I feel sincere about what she's doing and she got my back and we're in this together, if I'm traveling 264 West and she's going west, I can lock in.
Right.
That's just me.
Right.
Because we're gonna be okay. Like, I just feel like I'm blessed with I'm gonna always provide. Like, I'm a walking tool. You know what I'm saying? Like, I may not have like a boatload like back in the day, but I have been blessed with so many trades and stuff. Like, I'm gonna always produce. And so me looking at her to produce, now it's nice. I want her to grow. We're gonna do this to like help me manage the business or something, but she can be at McDonald's if she got my back.
If you got your back, right. Let's go get it. What are your thoughts on that?
On talking to a guy with no money?
Well, he don't necessarily not have to have no money, but he's not in the same tax bracket as you.
Oh.
But matter of fact, let me.
Now, I'm gonna say this. I don't think there's nothing wrong with it, but I don't want him at McDonald's. I'm gonna be for real.
Right.
But no, I wouldn't talk to him at McDonald's.
Right.
I honestly wouldn't.
Right.
Now, if he owned a McDonald's, then that's a different story. Right. But if he's there talking about some fries up,
well, what if he's like a district manager, a general manager?
Yeah, I mean that's fine too. But I don't want him just to be the low entry guy.
I got you.
Hold on, Ms. Go-Getter. But what if that's the guy that maybe God have sent to you?
Oh, and then God gonna have to call me. Then he gonna have to write me a note. Then he gonna have to knock on the door. He's gonna have to text message me or something.
Oh my goodness!
And send it urgent and say this is him. But I don't know about the rest of that. No.
Well, at least you are actually honest about it though. Yeah. But I just feel like sometimes we miss our blessings because we look at
and that could be true, but I don't necessarily think that. Well, what happened to the thing of being equally yoked? I don't think we'll be equally yoked.
Equally yoked has nothing to do with your finances.
It depends on what you're looking at. For your interpretation might be different from mine. My interpretation means we're going to be the same across the board because I don't want you.
But two of you, it would have to be God.
I don't want the guy that's saying fries up.
Right.
That's not what I want. Now, he can be like just starting out, working, of course, doing something. I don't want him to be at McDonald's. So we're going to have to do something else. Because you cannot be my age talking about you going to say fries up at McDonald's. We're too old for that. Now, if we was in our 20s, low 20s, like 20, then okay. But we cannot be 50-some years old talking about you going to say fries up.
So what if he's 48, 49, and he just came home from prison? The first job he got was McDonald's.
I don't know about that either. We might have to think because I'd be like, what you was in prison for? Now, if he was in prison for like, let's say he was selling drugs or something. Then it's gonna be like, okay, so are you at McDonald's because you trying to ease in spending your money that you hid?
Ain't no way, Miss
I mean,
Gogetta.
maybe he's at
I'm
McDonald's
serious.
because
Like, are
McDonald's
you
will hire him as a felon, though.
No, there's other jobs that will hire
I
you as a
know.
felon. Because if that's the case, if I'm a business owner and you come home and you my boo, then why aren't you coming to work for me as a felon? Why you gotta go to McDonald's? Well, then you should be like, well, let me come work with you and help build that way, and then we work together.
Right.
But you saying you going to get a job at McDonald's?
But that's when boundaries
I don't
come
know.
in. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I don't know about that.
When he get out, he may not want to come to where he's already laying with you at. You're already taking care of him or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know.
So what's the
Well,
purpose
if
of
he
him
at
coming?
McDonald's, I'm still taking care of him because what bill is he paying? The light bill is about $300-400. That's his whole check.
You know, when I came
I don't
home,
think so.
I never had really. I mean, my mom, she made sure I worked around the house and did stuff, and I've always been a manly little boy. We built clubhouses and go-karts, took grocery baskets from Safeway, made go-karts out of them, all type of crazy stuff. But I've never
that's
held a
ambition.
job.
You was trying to do something.
Right, but I've never really had a job.
Why?
I got it because I got in the street. I was 13, and I got locked up. I was 20, 21. Came home, I was 30, 31. So
So what did you do when you first came home at 30, 31?
I went to the shipyard
Why you didn't go to McDonald's?
because the shipyard called me first.
Oh, so they do have felons.
Well, I went to yes, they do have felons, but
Oh,
I
okay.
went to. Let me tell you, I went
contractor.
to a contract. And listen,
Yeah.
I put myself in slavery to get hired on it. I'm just telling you, they
What
was.
you mean?
I mean, I was working for a company, and there was Caucasian younger guys with no skill set. This is the real story. One of the owners, he's from Ocean View. He went to 7-Eleven one day, got some coffee. He said, "Hey man, this thing is out of coffee." The guy said, "Oh, okay, I'm coming." Made some fresh coffee. I said, "Hey, you like working here?" So I said, "Look, come on down to the shipyard. I'll give you a job." Hired him straight on to the company. Boom. Here I go with a trade. I came home as a plumber, as a pipe fitter plumber, similar, right? I took my time, bought tools and all of this, and here I am working with the company for a year as a sub, and I'm still not hired on yet. And this happened time after time. So you seen these guys coming, they don't even know what. You say, "Yo, hand me some pliers," and they give you a screwdriver.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so, but I understood what it was. But the ambition of
Right.
doing the right thing and getting adjusted to that was more important.
Right.
But I've seen it. So
Yeah, I can see it both ways, and I get it, but to each his own. What's up, family? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Wait A Gam Minute podcast. If you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button on our YouTube channel. Hit that notification button as well, so when we drop a new episode, you'll be first to know. Stay tuned to all things Wait A Gam Minute. Okay, so Ms. Gogetta, what are your thoughts on how like men be like a woman has to come, she can't have, if she has kids, right, they have to be grown. They can't, basically he's saying, I want you like this in a box.
Like a trophy?
Like a trophy, right? But he's staying over here with Darrick on his couch. Like, what
A scrub?
A what?
Like a scrub?
Yeah, okay, a scrub. Okay, Destiny Child. Was that Destiny Child?
No, TLC.
TLC. Scrub. Yeah, okay, gotcha. Same thing. All right, so yeah, what are your thoughts on that? Like, do you think that person is in a position where they can say what they want from you, but they're not possessing the same things?
No, you can't.
Why?
Because how you going to be staying on someone's sofa, but you want a trophy? A trophy for what? What is the trophy for? Would you win an award for sleeping on someone's sofa?
I guess to make them look good.
What? Well, then you need to make that person look good. It's about making each other look good. Because if you're on the sofa,
and you're the trophy,
What?
so
I'm the
you're gonna make him look good because you're the trophy.
no, that's crazy. That's crazy. That don't even make sense.
So
it don't make sense at all.
So you wouldn't agree with that?
No, I wouldn't agree with that at all. And I wouldn't let any of my friends go along with that. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy to me. You sleeping on the sofa, and you want a trophy girlfriend or a trophy wife. So you want them to look a certain way. Usually, a trophy wife is like someone that you want them, they made up every day. Their hair is done every day. They dressed all up. They act a certain way. They act like they can't do anything wrong, right? So if they a trophy and they doing all this, that means who providing their maintenance? They have high maintenance. So who's providing the maintenance? They providing their own maintenance for the guy that's on the sofa, or the guy's on the sofa because he spent all his money providing their maintenance. Like, who's providing this trophy maintenance? So that don't even make sense. So instead of you putting your money into, if you are putting your money into maintaining the maintenance of your trophy girlfriend or trophy wife or whatever this girl is to you, you need to be putting that maintenance into yourself and getting up off your friend's sofa. And your friend need to be reminding you of that as well. That's something like, your friend should be saying, hey, you need to get up off my sofa.
Now the friend may be saying it. Maybe friend saying like, you don't wore out your welcome.
But
like,
then the friend need to be
go.
locking the door, changing the lock, sitting them outside.
Well, you can't do that, right? If they've been staying there over 30 days, you got to go down to the
girl,
court.
Nobody's paying that no mind. They doing that. They sitting right on outside. Don't nobody know that and pay that no mind. And if you sitting on somebody's sofa, you don't need to be going to no courthouse telling nobody paying for no filing of nothing. You need to be taking that filing money to go get your own place. That's just point blank period.
Understood. Darrick, do you think if you're in a long distance, committed relationship, do you think that you have to eventually get married, or it's just like what are your thoughts on that?
Me, that's my style. There's a huge disconnect with a guy who comes from the street, right? So, I'm very domestic, right? So I think you should be working on, a long-term commitment or marriage or whatever like that. But, I just think guys, especially in my age group and below, they'll commit to a basketball team, a football team, a gang, a neighborhood, anything, where they car club, SRB, Booster Club, Unity Brothers, but you tell them commit to
SRB.
I'm just telling you, if you tell them to commit to a woman, they're going to fly out of here, right? But if they go to jail and they pick the phone up, there's a woman on the other side of the phone 9 out of 10 times. It's a niece, sister, daughter, nephew, somebody. Not nephew, but niece.
It depends. It could be a nephew.
I hope not, but, yeah. So I think, I think you should be working towards marriage if you is long term, because
why?
Why? Mm-hmm. Because I just feel like regardless of whether you plan it or not, when you with someone for a while, you're invested into each other, right? What you do starts to affect me in some way. I just can't hear someone on my phone or next to me like, oh, no, I'm gonna pay this, and just huffing and puffing. Like, man, I'm started like, So, at some point we start being invested in each other. And if I'm going to invest in each other, and if we're going to do that, right, well, let's do it. Like, it's like equivalent to someone, selling sodas, but just get a business license so we can document this. And we can start getting business credit and start getting the funding. So when I go and apply for things, I want to ask me where I work at. I sell soft drinks. I have a soft drink company. You see what I'm saying?
So when somebody asks you married, your relationship, you're like, oh, I got a wife.
Well, it's because I'm investing in it
Okay.
anyway. I'm doing, we're investing in each other anyway. I'm going through the systematic things anyway. So let's make it official if that's what it is. Some people may not, want to do that now, so I get that too. But I'm just telling you, I'm domestic for real, if it works.
Right.
So is that the new Darrick, or is that the original Darrick? You always been domestic?
I was a dog one time. I ain't even gonna hold
so
you.
that's the new Darrick.
But even in the middle of that, I've always been domestic. And I know it's hard to be a domestic dog, but I was a domestic dog.
You a dog or a mutt?
Huh? No, I ain't never been no mutt. I'm a full-grown German Shepherd. You better be careful. No, but and I say that because somehow people equate street to like. So this guys, I should say this in prison, and it's guys that connect trifling to hard. So these hardcore killers, and I'm like. The door swing open and they ain't brush their teeth. They're like, bro, you ain't brush your teeth. I ain't brush my teeth. I'm here for killing them. What they got to do with brushing your teeth, bro? Like, trifling ain't hard.
Right. That's right.
And street ain't, like, don't mean you can't be domestic. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I love mafia, right? That's like a big thing I've never really, but I love mafia. I like the fact
Let's
that
go get her does too. She thinks she mafia.
even though these guys decided to take the underworld, they go home every night at a certain time. They have dinner, and they take their money home and they invest in their business and their family. They doing it the wrong way, but outside of that, they're domestic.
Oh, we have this thing, called Catch of the Day.
Oh, you capping about something too. I'm gonna get y'all on that, but go ahead.
I'm capping about what?
Because let me go back a second before you go to that.
I need a cough drop.
Yeah, because what your last question to her was different for me. I was waiting on you, but
That's why I see you had time to think.
no, I've been on it. I thought she was going to ask me that same question, but the question was, you were saying like, what was the question?
Oh wow, y'all can't remember nothing of it.
Yeah,
I said, when I asked her about it being with somebody, and
oh
they're-
yeah. So when a guy, when men, most men, when they see a woman and they want this trophy woman, it ain't to necessarily like some guys is messed up. Like they just want to look good and they want
Yeah,
this
they wanna
trophy,
look good,
right?
yeah.
But what guys be doing
The
is
ego thing.
they have this thing mapped out in their head on where they want to go, but they don't have no motion. So what
Right.
happens is they mind be saying like, yeah, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna buy a home, I'm gonna give me a Range Rover, I'm gonna do this and that and that.
Really?
I mean, I'm just telling you, they have these big dreams of this is what they're gonna do, but thinking it and actually putting it into an effect is a different thing. So they want the woman according to where they're going.
I want to go.
Or want to go, but they ain't going nowhere. That's the
Right.
problem. They ain't really like they want a trophy. Like, I mean, some guys do. I mean, it's nice to have them, but you know, it depends on what you like.
yeah, because trophies get dusty,
Yeah.
I mean, trophies are, you know,
and
Or what? You didn't say anything.
I mean, yeah, I think we all have trophies.
I think so. But my thing on that is to each his own. You can do what you want. I just feel like, the way Ms. Gogetta looking at it, saying basically, I'm going to take care of you. You're not going to do anything. I'm going to work and go out and make the money, and you're going to spend the money. That's short lived to me. Like, especially like this day in this climate that we're in,
Yeah.
nobody really has it to be sitting. And then too, even if they do, I don't want you saying, I just gave you $100 yesterday.
Right.
And then, okay, so I need $100 today. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's like a principal and a student.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't,
So that's the way I look at that. I don't know. But let's go ahead with your
Catch of the day.
and this is
Yeah. Just open it, stick your hand on in there and grab it out. Read it out loud. Get a good one,
Ms.
too.
Gogetta, what if he can't read? What we going to do?
And he need to take care of that because he don't need to be up here telling us about his businesses. And all that.
Man, this is amazing. It says, should parents be friends with their kids? Yes or no? I think that parents should definitely be friends with their children second. I think they should be parents first, friends second.
Do you think there's a certain age for that?
I think personally, I feel like you really can't be a real friend to your child like we're talking about until they're in adult years, because when children are younger, it's hard for them to differentiate play from serious, right?
Right.
And so trying to be a friend and a parent with a 7-year-old won't work the same as a
Right.
27-year-old.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So I think when they're, in those younger years and you're building those principles and foundations, I think you got to be really parent and be really strict about it. Understand it, but strict about your principle and what you stand on. And as
Right.
they become into adult years and things like that, it can be times where you guys can laugh about certain stuff, And me and my mom and my dad, we're like, my dad is my best friend. My mom is my best friend. And my wife, obviously, is my best friend. I wouldn't have married if she
You have a whole lot of best friends.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but guess what? How many times have you guys seen me hang with a guy?
Nah, I can't say. I can't. What about you,
Never
Ms.
seen me
Gogetta?
pull up with a guy. You never seen since I've been home. You've never seen me with a guy. I'm just telling you.
That's good though.
Be grandkids, children, wife. Nobody's ever been in my house. No guy has ever been in my house.
Why is that?
I mean, I'm just, I did my time. I never, you know, it was back when I failed, it was word of mouth, and there was no tangible evidence.
Okay, gotcha.
You know, but it just
A trust thing.
I have this thing. I don't know. Well, not really. I have this thing. I don't know. When I allow guys to come into my circle, at some point they try to compete, or you know, it's like they come around me to figure out stuff, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Because they think I'm swerving for real. They think that I'm stealing money, dabbling around, you know, just not, you know, messing with a lot of people, and because there's no way I can have all these classic cars and all this other stuff without doing that. And realistically, when they get around me, they say this guy's a robot. He just went to sleep. You know what I'm saying? And now they kind of fade off, but it's competition and something. So I don't have it for no guy really. You know, I have a few guys, associates like that, but best friends is my wife and my parents.
Well, ain't nothing wrong with that, because that way if something happened, you know, your circle is tight and low, so you can kind of figure out what's going on. But being that you're not on that side anymore, you don't have to look over your shoulder. You don't got to worry about it.
I mean, you still have to look over your shoulder. Forever, you know, and that when I say that is because, you know, some of these youngins, then they can't tell, you know, I'm still probably too close to the culture, but it's, you know, I'm working on that.
Yeah.
You know, we're working on, you know, a farm, you know. I'm working going towards a farm now, but I'm probably still too close to the culture. Because all the guys I know, they say, oh, what's up, but, you know.
They know, yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Everybody gotta know where you lay your head at. Understood. So with that being said, stay tuned to all things Wait A Gam Minute. Good night.